Is it true what many are speculating about the anti-smoking law? Are Benidorm terraces doomed without this type of tourists and locals? Historical reduction of noise in Benidorm. Where is it happening, and how in the world such a noisy and vivid town as Benidorm managed to do that? Things to do in Benidorm right now in the month of September, the second half of it, and obviously the weather forecast. Which kind of weather in Benidorm is waiting for you right now at the end of September? Stay tuned if you want to know slightly more. Let's begin. First of all, let's talk about the upcoming events. As you all know, once the summer ends, more or less, especially the peak summer season, we start having more and more different types of events and gatherings. First of all, this week already at the end, this Sunday, we have a 5K and 10K, which is called In Primera Línea, on the front line. This is with this association that helps children with cancer and parents of these children with cancer. And this year we'll have historical amount of people participating. We're heading as a family. We will be there and we will show it to you guys, obviously. And this is going to be 5K, but we will do a march. We'll do like fast walking down the Mediterranean Avenue and the Levante Beach, all the way back towards the beginning. This is for everyone who wants to join us. And for all those who want to actually participate, it's every single year, more or less around the same date, 21st, 22nd, 19th of September. And you can actually purchase the tickets online. Just put 5K Benidorm 21st of September and it will show it to you accordingly. Very good solidarity event that gives you an extra opportunity to help those in need. And you can also sign up immediately there on day 21st, starting from 7 in the morning, if you actually want to participate with us. Then we have some more events, such as cocktail contest from 19th to 28th of September. There's a full list of places on the Visit Benidorm website that are participating, and there's going to be alcohol cocktails and non-alcohol ones. On 11th to 21st of September, so basically it started already, are the Enchanted Circus Benidorm. They are coming every single year, and this year it's from now, from 11th up until 21st. Very nice performance, unusual performance, slightly scary, funny, all in one. And many people do enjoy it when they come here. And this year they are actually located right by the firefighters and the bus station. That's where you're able to go to purchase the tickets. And if you buy them online, I think you save up like 20-30% of the entrance fee, which is also quite nice, I gotta say. And the last one would be the Walk Your City event. This is throughout the whole European Union, and many cities do participate. There is an app that you need to download. It's on the Visit Benidorm website as well. You can see all the information in English. But basically, it's from 16th, so starting from tomorrow till 22nd of September. You download the app and you walk around the city. And all this counts as a whole one for Benidorm visitors. And at the end, we'll see which European city wins in terms of how many people actually walk and how many steps people make inside of this town. We'll see if Benidorm stands a chance. Let us know what you think. And now let's head to two main news. Ooh, this news, I've seen it and I've seen people saying, oh my God, Benidorm bars will suffer so much. It's going to be empty. No one's going to go. You cannot smoke anywhere. What is the reality of all this? First of all, what you should know is that it's not approved just yet. And it's not going to be anytime soon, at least not for this year and not towards mid of next year, 2026. This was the anti-tobacco law, an amendment, an extra, an addition to the main law from 2005. This addition is supposed to protect those with vulnerable health, those who are non-smokers, kids, people who are in more risk of inhaling the smoke, and asthma, or those who might develop any kind of health issues afterwards. And in general, for those who are non-smokers, this is what this law amendment was for. There are several steps that have to happen before the law is finally approved and put in place. First of all, it was the first approval, which is done. There has to be a second one, which is not done just yet. and then it will pass us on to the main one, which is when it's going to be published in an official document here in Spain, which is called BOE. Only then is from where we will start a transition period of around 1 year, in which people will be informing on the streets. There's going to be signs put, but like an information given for all the people who are doing so. And only then, starting from second half or towards the end of 2026, if it is approved, second approval, then is when it will enter into force. What is happening with this law? And here on the screen, you can see all the basic information. So only after the second revision, remember that. So far, the tobacco is being regulated as a tobacco, as some cigarettes, etc. But nowadays, people tend to use way more electronic devices and things that were not used beforehand in 2005. So it had to be changed and modified. From now onwards, there's going to be also electronic devices, various devices of one use only, like electronic cigarettes, but of one use. Also the shishas, which are the ones like kalyan things that you smoke inside of lounges, etc., like of different flavors. They are like herbs. This is also considered tobacco, and different types of herb mixes, as per se, chewing tobacco, etc. All that is tobacco and that has nicotine inside, all this is considered tobacco in the eyes of this specific law. What's going to be happening? It's being amplified to terraces of the bars and restaurants, bus stations, tram stations, metro stations, any kind of public transportation stations, and stops, as per se. So on the street, if you have a bus stop, you cannot smoke there. Spaces of spectacles and concerts, even if it's on the open air, because there's huge crowds of people there, so obviously they inhale all this smoke. And there's kids a lot of the time, so these types of celebrations. Vehicles with a driver, such as taxis, although you are not allowed to smoke either, but like private transportation systems, either if there's a driver, it's not allowed to smoke. Exterior areas, such as parks like these, and health center exterior parks and entrances towards the public schools, private schools, all schools, universities, colleges, sports zones, public buildings such as the town hall, the administrations, a library, etc., and in the 15-meter radius of these entrances. Why? Because especially in parks like these, there might be children running around. There might be a like children's playground, which is where it's also not going to be allowed to smoke. There's going to be different types of restrictions, let's say it like this, for publicity, for actually putting it out there to say people, hey, smoke this, hey, try this, a lot of flavors, blah blah blah, like all these things. These will be forbidden at some points depending on what it is, and very very limited too. And there's going to be a period of 12 months of grace, as we mentioned already, which is where slowly but surely people will be getting informed about this. Will it mean that people will not go to the terraces? No, it won't. It won't mean anything. People will still smoke if they want to smoke. They'll just go outside of the terrace towards the promenade, or they'll just go. There might be some table that is like outside of the terrace where you will be allowed to smoke. People will adapt, as we always do. The world always adapts, and it's going to be no exception. Yes, some people might say, oh, I don't want to have my morning coffee without a cigarette. I get it, but there's people who are non-smokers, and this is not a healthy thing. If it's a choice of the person to smoke, that's their choice. But people have no right to make others non-smokers to inhale their smoke. If they want to do it, that's perfectly fine, but not where people are so close nearby. As a non-smoker, honestly, I'm very very happy about this measure. I get it will be uncomfortable for the smokers, I know, and each person is free to do whatever they want. Uh, but in public areas, people should think about the other ones too. So this measure, yes, it might be uncomfortable for some, but no, it will not affect severely terraces. It will not affect severely any other areas. It's just going to be how it was. It's just people will go slightly outside to smoke, and that's basically that. So no major issues with it, and it's not even approved for the second approval just yet. It's been only the first one. There's a second revision pending and the final publication, post in the BOIA, which is official law document already. Only from then we'll start to count 12 months to adapt to the new measures. But it's not as bad as many people actually say it is. And now let's continue with the last news, and it is about the reduction of noise in Benidorm town. As you all might know, Benidorm has changed to emissions neutral area. A lot of parts of the old town, practically all of it, the Mediterranean Avenue, the refurbished, the reformed part, some parts of the city center and Poniente Beach started to be emissions neutral areas. And nowadays they only allow people to pass if you are an electric vehicle, if you're a resident, if it's like zero emissions or just like a hybrid vehicle, and for those who work there or live there and are residents. That's it. No one else is allowed to pass unless you're going to a parking place where you will pay for the parking or like a blue zone to park. That's that. And out of curiosity, there was some research done to see if it's actually working, if it's better, if the air is of better quality. And what has been checked is that in this particular part, where now we have way less cars, we have a huge, almost 100% reduction of noise inside of the properties. Before, even for tourists who were staying there in touristic apartments, it was quite noisy. It's the center, if it's the main avenue. There's a lot of car and vehicle movement constantly. But now it's not the case any longer. And right now, only 0.1%, only, basically 99.9% don't have any issues at all. Only 0.1% still are affected by the high noise, but mostly it's people who are sensitive to noise as per se, not because it's extremely noisy, because all the others are perfectly fine. But I get sometimes it might be a little bit too much if you want to open all the windows, if you want some natural air, and there are some buses passing by, but it's not an extreme noise as it is any longer. And at night, it's zero. No more noise at night time. It's incredible. People are very, very happy. And honestly, us and all the tourists who walk down these emission neutral areas in Benidorm, the city center, the old town, the Poniente Beach, Mediterranean Avenue, we do see a huge difference. And we can walk freely. It's pedestrian priority. It is nice to have a walk and breathe fresh air and not the air from CO2 from the cars. So was a very, very good choice of Benidorm City. And slowly but surely, we're heading to going back to the beginning, putting way more plants, flowers, more cleaner air. We're just heading to the roots of the city, more natural, surrounded by trees and green plants. It is great that our city slowly but surely gets that it's not so much evolve and put so many buildings and buildings and buildings on the buildings and skyscraper next to the skyscraper, but it also prioritizes the quality of life, which is why our city is very, very green and even quieter than it was before. And now let's talk about the weather forecast. What is waiting for you guys here for the second half of September? First of all, we had some strange weather, and now all Spain is receiving waves, which are not heat waves, but it's heat as it is, that came to Spain. And once again, in some parts of Spain, especially south, we have almost 40 degrees. Mid-September, how is that possible? Don't ask us, but these hot air masses came to Spain back again. Here in our area, we're in Alicante, by the way, right now. If you're wondering where we are, because this is not familiar, we are in Alicante City for our migration consulting company. By the way, we have an official channel, Spain Unlocked, which is where we published videos oriented for those who want to relocate to Spain, specifically Costa Blanca region. And here we have our contact details in case you need any kind of help for property purchase, long-term rent, private health insurance, or with residence permits. So this is where we are at in Alicante. And today, even here in Alicante, which tends to be slightly warmer than Benidorm, a couple of degrees more, not much more, it is around 28, 29. In the shade, on the sunshine, it's around 30. But it's a stable weather and it's tolerable and comfortable to stay outside. Although here it is slightly more noisy, which comparing to Benidorm, not all people like it, honestly. As much as we also do really not. We're used to our Benidorm now, and coming here is slightly too much. They also need to do the emissions neutral areas here. Will be way, way better. So temperatures will be very nice. It's going to be sunny, nice and warm. There's not going to be any rain. It might be raining on Sunday, exactly when we have the event, the Solidarity Run. But hopefully it's not going to be the case. It's going to be at 9 in the morning. So maybe we'll just let it slide and it's going to be sunny, at least in the morning time. We'll have around 28 to 30 degrees, great weather, 27 degrees water temperature. So what else can we wish for? Blue, blue skies, incredible weather, even towards the end of September. Thank you for accompanying us in today's latest Benidorm News update. We wish you a great day, and we'll see you here on the channel with another video this evening. Stay tuned. Bye.